Imagine waking up in a quaint, peaceful village only to find out that plans are underway to erect 10,000 new homes right on your doorstep. It's a scenario straight out of a dystopian novel, but it's becoming a reality in Leicestershire. And this is the part most people miss. While it promises solutions to housing shortages, it sparks fierce debates about preserving rural charm and protecting the environment. Stay tuned, because the controversy is just heating up. A massive proposal has surfaced for constructing 10,000 homes on the outskirts of the serene village of Norton Juxta Twycross, nestled close to the popular Twycross Zoo. Developed by Nurton Developments, this ambitious project envisions transforming 700 hectares of open fields into 3 interconnected villages, all part of a new community dubbed Norton Heath. To help beginners grasp this, think of interconnected villages like a modern take on clustered neighborhoods, where homes are grouped together with shared amenities, making it easier to foster a sense of community while potentially reducing the sprawl of urban expansion. The plans allocate space for essential community features, including schools to educate the next generation, sports and leisure facilities for recreation, and local centers with shops to provide everyday conveniences. This development is currently in its preliminary stages, having been incorporated into the latest draft of the Hinckley and Bosworth Borough Council's HBBC local plan. For those unfamiliar, a local plan is a crucial document created by local authorities that outlines approved areas for construction in a region. Its primary goal is to safeguard communities from haphazard development, ensuring that growth is balanced and sustainable, kind of like a roadmap for responsible urbanization. However, the announcement has elicited strong opposition from local residents, who have voiced their outrage and labeled the idea as madness. One individual described it as a huge invasion of their beloved area, while another condemned it as madness beyond comprehension. Their worries center on the potential strain on infrastructure, such as overburdened roads and overcrowded schools, along with the irreversible loss of scenic fields due to construction. To illustrate, imagine narrow country lanes that were designed for horse-drawn carriages now struggling with increased traffic. It could lead to longer commutes, higher accident risks, and a decline in quality of life for existing villages. A former resident, sharing personal anecdotes, offered a poignant perspective. "I used to live in Norton Juxta Twycross, so I have first-hand experience with how impractical this concept is. Many friends still call it home, and my heart breaks at the thought of this proceeding. The road I lived on is scarcely wide enough for 2 cars to pass safely, parking is scarce due to those tight lanes, and the local primary school, which serves this area, is already bursting at the seams in most classes." They went on to highlight environmental repercussions, including the destruction of natural habitats and cherished walking paths through the countryside, a subtle reminder that such projects often trade green spaces for concrete, impacting wildlife and local ecosystems. The promotional website for the scheme outlines a gradual rollout spanning 40 years, with approximately 2,750 properties expected to be completed by 2045. Most of these will be situated within the Hinckley and Bosworth Borough, though a portion of the land extends into the neighbouring northwest Leicestershire district, where 500 homes are slated for the initial phase. Following that, an additional 5,250 homes would be built in Hinckley and Bosworth, alongside 2,000 more in northwest Leicestershire. To support economic growth, 32 hectares of land will be dedicated to employment opportunities. About half of the 700-hectare site is planned to remain as parkland, preserving some natural beauty for future residents. While this proposal features in HBBC's draft local plan, which is open for public consultation, it has not yet been integrated into the development frameworks of North West Leicestershire District Council. But here's where it gets controversial. The developer, Nurton Developments, argues that Leicestershire is a fantastic county, rich with historic market towns, charming rural villages, expansive countryside, and a storied industrial past. Yet, they warn of pressing housing challenges, including a critical shortage of affordable properties that leaves young adults unable to secure homes for purchase or rent. This perspective pits economic necessity against environmental and community preservation, raising questions about whether sacrificing green fields for new builds is truly progressive or just short-sighted. They further explain, simultaneously, there's an urgent need to enhance transportation links for rural villages, establish more schools, expand healthcare services, and provide accessible public spaces that promote healthy lifestyles. Norton Heath has the potential to address Leicestershire's housing demands and bolster social infrastructure. Residents have until Friday, November 28, to share their feedback on the HBBC local plan draft. As we wrap this up, let's ponder, is this grand vision a smart way to tackle housing shortages and boost local amenities, or does it risk eroding the very essence of rural life that makes places like Norton Juxta Twycross so special? Could the environmental costs outweigh the benefits, especially with global calls for greener living? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you side with the developers' push for progress, or do the locals' cries of madness resonate with you? Drop your opinions in the comments below and let's start a conversation.